Welcome to SmartPay Business. This short video is intended to help transition you from using the merchant portal, which you may already be familiar with, and introduce the new user interface features of SmartPay Business. The home page in SmartPay Business, also called the dashboard, provides the same basic information and navigation controls as the merchant portal. Let's go over each of these. On the left side of the page is the main menu. It is where you go to access the various features and tools available to you through SmartPay Business, and it has the same functionality as the one that you're already familiar with from the merchant portal. Keep in mind that the items that you see in the main menu whenever you log in may be different from those shown here, depending on the roles and privileges assigned to you. Some of the items in the main menu have a drop-down arrow next to them, which means that you can expand them to show more options. For example, clicking the Files item expands to display more features related to uploading and viewing of ACH and Check21 files. You can make the main menu smaller by clicking the Hide and Display bar next to it. This will open up more room for you to work with in SmartPay Business. If you hover your mouse over one of the icons that has more options, such as the Files icon again, the options will display next to it. Now let's take a look at the top menu bar. The first item is the Search button, which you can use to search for customers and transactions. Clicking the Search button displays the search criteria. This is similar to the Search drop-down menu at the top of the merchant portal. Clicking the Search button again will hide the search criteria. The final item is the User drop-down menu. The items shown in the drop-down menu, Frequently Asked Questions, My Settings, and Log Out, are similar to the links shown near the top of the page in the merchant portal. The FAQ page contains answers to common questions. The My Settings page is where you go to change your password and update your secret question and answer, as well as your authorized caller identification phrase and response. And the Log Out item logs you out of SmartPay Business. On the dashboard, you see the Welcome section and the News section, as well as the Current Transaction Summary section. Hovering your mouse over the items in the Status column displays a description of each status, which is a handy reminder in case you are unfamiliar with some of them. Let's take a look at some other important user interface features in SmartPay Business by going to the Reports page. Anytime that you click on one of the items in the main menu, the name of that item appears in the top menu bar. On the Reports page, notice that there are several sections with an arrow next to them. By clicking the arrow, the section collapses to hide its content. The same can be done on any section that has an arrow. For instance, if the standard report section is taking up too much space for you, you can click the arrow to collapse it. Notice that the reports listed here are similar to the reports available to you in the merchant portal. Any of your own custom and shared reports appear in their corresponding sections. Now let's select the Deposit Results report. We have chosen some basic search criteria. To see the results, click Get Deposits. You are now at the Results page. This new panel shows your search criteria, which you can use to revise your search criteria instead of going back to the search page and initiating a new search. It can also be collapsed by clicking the Hide and Display bar next to it. This gives you a little more room to work with. To further expand the size of the report, you can click the View Mode button here. This expands the report to cover the entire width of the page. This area is called the Toolbar. This drop-down menu allows you to choose the number of records to display per page. These 4 buttons allow you to navigate to the first page, the previous page, the next page, and the last page. Clicking the Layout button displays some options for formatting the layout of your report. You can hide and display the columns in the report by selecting or clearing the checkboxes here. You can rearrange the columns by using these arrow buttons. Finally, the lock icons are used to lock each column in place so that they are always in view when scrolling left or right through the report. This is similar to the feature in the merchant portal, wherein you could customize the layout of your report using the Report Column Headers filter. We've gone ahead and made some changes. Now let's click Save Changes to apply them. The report now has fewer columns. The next button in the toolbar is the Filter button. Clicking it displays a set of search fields for each column, which allow you to enter certain criteria that will filter out transactions that do not match. For example, To only display the 2 transactions that were performed on October 8th, you can type the date into the search field under the Creation Date column, which will then hide all other transactions. Now, between these 2 transactions, let's filter out the one that was deposited into location 1. You can do this by simply typing the number 2 into the search field, which will then display anything listed in the location column containing the number 2. To remove these filters and show the entire list of search results again, simply click the X in each search field. You can also click each column header to sort the contents of the report in ascending or descending order. The second to last item in the toolbar is the Print button. Keep in mind that Internet Explorer and Google Chrome behave differently when you click the button. In Internet Explorer, a basic print window will appear, allowing you to select the device that you want to print to. In Google Chrome, however, a preview of the report will appear, showing all columns across a single page. By default, the report will print in portrait orientation, but you will be able to fit more information on a single page by changing the orientation to landscape. All filters and layout options that you apply to your report will be reflected in the printed report. The last item in the toolbar is the Export drop-down menu. This allows you to export your reports in one of 3 different formats: comma-separated, tab-delimited, or as a Microsoft Excel workbook. Let's take a look at one more useful user interface feature. We'll start by clicking the Item Details icon in the search results. This will take you to the Item Details page. Clicking the Item Details icon again will take you to the Batch Item Details. Let's take a moment to note that the Batch Item Details page in SmartPay Business is slightly different than what you may remember from the Merchant Portal. This is what it looks like in the Merchant Portal. The Batch Item Details appear at the top, and you can show or hide the event history using this button. In SmartPay Business, the Batch Item Details appear on the left side of the page, and you can show or hide the event history by clicking the Show Events or Hide Events tab. Now that we have navigated several levels into the results page, you can see a list of links that identify where you've been. These are commonly referred to as breadcrumbs. They are a useful tool for seeing your location in the SmartPay Business interface, as well as for jumping quickly to previously visited pages. Selecting the Item Details link in the breadcrumbs takes you back to the Item Details page. Selecting the Deposit Results link takes you back to the Deposit Results page. And finally, selecting the Reports link takes you back to the Reports page. You can click each link in the breadcrumb trail in any order to jump immediately to that page. This covers all of the main user interface elements of SmartPay Business. We can't wait for you to try it out and to get your feedback. Thank you.